first micro lesson here is Moulah Magic. It's about money. Now, most people are not greedy, but look, if your income doubled, your life would probably change for the better. Some people say, "Oh, my income is zero. So what does that mean if it doubles?" No, well, you've got to be making some money, I guess. And you can positively impact other people's lives, not just your own. So there's nothing wrong with making money. There's a lot to be said for it. It's good. We can do a lot for our families. We can help other people, and we can grow our business. We've got working capital to grow our business. You have a business, and sometimes successful, other times not so much. I've had my ups and downs, even in the affiliate marketing industry. People who knew me, during that phase there, they thought I was a superstar all the time. And that's not true, because I did have some down periods. I had some periods where I wasn't getting any inbound leads from the advertising. So, but in a way it was good, because it became a stepping stone, and I vowed to create my own ways of generating leads. So I'd always be in control. So sometimes the grey cloud has a silver lining. As someone who has been in the sales and marketing arena since age 19, one thing is drilled into me very early: no pipeline, no hope. So think about your own situation. Have you got a pipeline of potential clients, people that are being nurtured? They're warm, they're hot, there are different stages in the process. Do you have that pipeline? Even though it's only a pipeline of 5 people, 10 people or something like that, you need to have it, because it feeds your confidence. It's very good for your confidence, and ultimately it's great for your bank account. So think about that. It's really important that you have a plan in place to build your pipeline. Now, a little thing here: the standard playbook is broken. You've probably tried some version of a typical post more, which is, post more. Can you turn off your microphones? If you can do that for me, that would be great, and we can turn them back on at the end. Just turn the little button there. So typical advice, for instance, is post more on LinkedIn, share your expertise, add value, maybe run some ads. It's all about visibility, isn't it? But here's what's changed. Expertise has been commoditized. AI can generate surface level insights in seconds. Your competitors are posting the same tips, frameworks, and 5 things I learned content. When everyone's an expert, nobody stands out. That's the problem, especially for experts, especially for B2B experts. So you post more, you try harder, you add more value, and the results remain flat. So it's visible. That's not saying visibility isn't important. Sure, you want your website to rank with the search engines and even with AI now. Sure, you'd like to be getting some good results on LinkedIn. You'd like people to be commenting on your posts or getting some decent reach, decent views, etc. But visibility without trust is, for me, I think it's pretty much useless. B2B buyers are more skeptical than ever. They've been burnt by experts who overpromise. They don't buy based on who posts the most or who has the fanciest website. They buy based on who they trust, and trust comes from 3 things. One is proof, and lots of different ways of displaying proof. I always say that case studies is one of the absolute best ways of doing it, but testimonials and reviews, things like that. But what people seem to be motivated more by are real stories with real outcomes, not just the vendor, not just you, the vendor, talking about yourself. Think about your own, say, website or your LinkedIn profile or your LinkedIn posts. Are the posts really talking about the hot buttons that your audience is experiencing, or is it more talking about yourself and photos of you being at a networking event? And I'm not saying that there's not a place for that, but it's a small place. It's not that important. So what people really want is evidence that you know what you're talking about. You've done it before, real stories with real outcomes. Another thing we want is warm introductions wherever possible. Warm is better than cold. A recommendation from someone they already respect is great, because they already have a certain level of trust with the person that they're introducing you to. So some of that trust is transferred to you when they make an introduction to you and a recommendation for you to talk to them, or them to talk to you, etc. And then finally, authority, a presence that signals depth, content that shows you understand their world better than anyone else. Now, most people rely on one of these and ignore the other two. So they've got some, particularly, you've heard about these SaaS type companies, technical tech companies, etc. I noticed with a lot of their websites, they've got tons of case studies. The problem is that they're low impact case studies. They're traditional case studies that really, I call them the CSR case study. So it's about challenge, solution, result. That's it. There's no storytelling. There's no resonance. There's no real connection with the reader, and that's why nobody reads them, or not many. They get the occasional referral, but it's random. That's an issue with a lot of people. They say, yeah, I do get referrals, but I only get about 2 or 3 really good ones a year, right? And I wish I could get more referrals, but you can't control it. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can control it if you use a system. They post on LinkedIn, but it's a monologue, no engagement, no leads. Now, the reason none of these things work in isolation is that they should be working together. So your case studies give referral partners something concrete to share. So if you've got a case study that's going to be relevant for, let's say you have a referral partner, you've got an introducer type person, you can give them one of your case studies, right? And then that gives them more confidence to go into bat for you. Your referral partners extend their reach beyond your own network. So, you know, we've got our first level connections, but we want to move beyond that because you run out of first level connections, the people that you know already, you run out of them soon enough, just as I did when I was in the life insurance industry. They said, write a list of the people that you know. And I wrote a list of 50 or 60 people or something like that. But within a couple of months, it had gone. So I had to have some kind of a referral system in place to plug the gap. So we need referral partners, but we need to give them the right information so that they have the confidence to introduce you with strength and with some authority. Now, your LinkedIn authority makes every introduction convert at a higher rate. So, look, I'm not saying LinkedIn is the be-all and end-all. It's not. But I have found it to be a terrific networking platform for me because I use it the right way. So there are people on this call who have indirectly been introduced to me by people that I've met through LinkedIn. Absolutely. And Michelle, she wasn't introduced to me by one of my referral partners. I met her through LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is very powerful. It's just that most people don't use it properly. They don't use it. They think, you know, it's all about, you know, fame and, you know, just follow the big gurus and try and emulate them when it's really a networking platform. So if we change our thinking, the results will surely change. Now, when the Magic 3 are linked and integrated, you don't chase clients. They end up coming to you directly or indirectly. Some of them are pre-sold, ready to talk. Others need a bit more warming up. That's fine. But that's the basic concept we're looking at here. And here's my little graphic. So you've got the 3 blue circles there. So on the bottom left, we've got case studies that sell. This is my method. This is what I'm saying that you should think seriously about. Then at the top, you've got authority content, which could be channeled through LinkedIn, could be channeled through another source as well. And then you've got referral ecosystems. And then in the middle, you've got positioning and messaging, the tactics that go along, the messaging tactics that accompany positioning. So that's how I look at it. Very simple, but I'm a simple guy.